Okay, we're going to get straight into it. This is my review, or sort of what we've learned from this international break for England. First of all, focusing on the England v Greece game that took place on the 14th of November. The Three Lions took a very good 3-0 win from this game against the Greeks, with goal scorers in the likes of Ollie Watkins, who was selected over Harry Kane in this fixture. However, I believe that Harry Kane will still be the main man under Thomas Tuchel, but Watkins is definitely giving the new gaffer something to think about. Watkins scored very early on in this game in the 7th minute. England's second goal came in the form of a 78th minute own goal from Vlachodimos. Probably pronounced that wrong, but... And then finally, in the 83rd minute, Curtis Jones scored the third of the evening. Although scoring 3 goals, England only had 56% possession and only 1.21 xG, which does imply that we were very clinical in front of goal. In total, though, Greece outperformed us in the total shots taken, with them having 10 and us only having 9. Although they had a lot of shots, they were limited to an xG of only 0.57. The starting 11 consisted of a back four of Walker, Konsa, Gahey and Rico Lewis, with all of them having reasonably solid games. Obviously, we had Jordan Pickford backing them up, making a total of 5 saves in the match and ending up with a FOTMOB match rating of 8.9 out of 10 and receiving the man of the match. The central midfield 3 was Conor Gallagher and Curtis Jones, with Jude Bellingham as a more advanced number 10. On the left we had Anthony Gordon, and on the opposite side we lined up with Noni Madueke, who ended up getting the assist for the main man up top, Ollie Watkins, when he scored in the 7th minute. Picking out some of the key players, Curtis Jones really showed up with a pass accuracy of 96%, barely putting a foot wrong the whole game, and of course getting the third and final goal of the game, which by the way was outstanding from him. Also, Jude Bellingham was very creative by setting up 2 chances and getting 5 touches in the opposition box and playing 5 passes into the final third. Noni Madueke also played really well because he was first in chances created, crosses, fouls won and touches in the opposition's box, and he provides a great option on the right hand side. Anyway, moving on, Lee Carsley didn't really set up with any extremely clever structure, as a lot of players ended up pulling out. Not Kyle Walker though, because if you know anything about his personal life, he absolutely despises it. Carsley, however, did set up quite aggressively, trying to get into one-on-one situations a lot, moving the ball up the pitch very quickly. This amount of freedom is something we haven't seen from England in a very long time, and it was honestly quite refreshing. Greece's average positions show exactly what will happen in most matches, because most games will be against lesser teams than England, who don't want to dominate the possession but soak up the pressure and hit them on the counter. England's plan was to invite the Greek press and draw them in. This then opens up the space further up the pitch to allow for more attacking players to get on the ball and really attack their man one-on-one. Overall, a good game from England's point of view. Having to adapt to not having the strongest team available is not easy, but they did it. Okay, moving on to the second game that the England team took part in against Ireland, which the Three Lions came away with a 5-0 win, with all the goals being scored in the second half. And even Taylor Harwood-Bellis got his name on the score sheet. And I'm not trying to knock him down or anything, but Liverpool might be wanting Alisson back a bit quicker. To be fair to Kelleher, he did make some very good saves to keep the scoreline down a bit. Still conceded 5 though, but you've got to give it to him. He's been outstanding for Liverpool in his last 3 games. Before this one, he didn't get below an 8.1 match rating, which for a goalkeeper is pretty good in my opinion. Liverpool fans should be able to back me up on that one. In this one, England managed to dominate the possession a lot more, with a whopping 74%, subduing Ireland's only 1 shot. England themselves having 22. A pivotal moment was obviously the sending off of Liam Scales in the 51st minute. Do I think it was a penalty? Yes, but do I think Bellingham went down easily? Also, yes. In the end, the referee made the right decision in my opinion, which is more than what we can say for David Coote. After the penalty was converted by Harry Kane, all hell broke loose for Ireland, and they ended up conceding another 2 goals in 5 minutes. They then did hold on to the 3-0 for a while before conceding again in the 76th minute, followed closely by another goal 3 minutes later. Looking more closely at the stats, England made a total of 630 accurate passes, which translates to a pass accuracy of 93%. Although England had 22 shots, only 7 of them were on target, while 7 were off target and 8 were blocked. Jude Bellingham came away with the Man of the Match award after winning the penalty and getting 2 assists of his own. England really played well defensively, as Ireland had an XG of 0.04. Moving on, Lee Carsley has left the squad in a much better position, and it was when he took over. He has given a lot of players debuts, which, in hand, helps Thomas Tuchel out, because he's already given them that confidence and a platform to work on. This also does come down to the more senior players as well, because they would have had a huge role in helping them in training and just communicating well with them on the pitch to give them that confidence. But all we need to ask now is, can Thomas Tuchel do what no one has done since 1966 and bring football home?